Welcome to a special bonus episode of Lore Hero. I have myself, JP, and Jason with me. We are on site.
Whoa, wait a second. Alex also.
Sorry, Alec is also here. As you can obviously tell, I'm sorry. I forgot you, Alec. My bad. That's my bad. He's had a great time on this trip with us. Anyways, we are in Fort Worth, Texas. We are at the Sinclair Autograph Collection Hotel in Fort Worth. They gave us this beautiful podcast space to record in. We have kind of a scuffed setup. We have two nice microphones, but we're just recording the video with a camera there, and a camera there that you can't see right now because here I am. So we're just recording with our phones. Scuffed setup, but. Yeah, we're here for Fortnite. We're here to play Fortnite Battle Stage. We actually just got done. We're recording this hours after we finished the tournament. It'll be airing tomorrow, which is Sunday for us. For you, it was 3 days ago. Hopefully you got to see it. But we're just going to kind of talk for a while. I don't know if this is going to be a short one. I don't know if it's going to be a long one. I don't know.
We're going to just let us blow it top of our head.
Yeah, we're going to wing it. We're going to wing it.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I think it's really cool that we got to see this event. There were some issues. We don't even know what it's going to look like edited yet.
Nope,
so
I have no idea what it looks like.
We're going to talk about the feedback, what we thought of the event, and how it was competing in it. And frankly, you guys are going to know a lot more watching this before we do, because we're recording before we even see the edit.
For sure.
Yeah.
In typical Lore Hero fashion, of course.
Yeah, they're used to this. This is nothing new.
We're always wrong. We're right.
And to be fair, we've had some good traction lately with like the Spellrone, right?
Dude, people have been doing
hot to go this week.
People have been doing the hot to go dance every fucking hour of every day here. Like I've seen more HOTTOGOs in this weekend than I have in my entire life, and it's a common TikTok dance, mind you. So, but yeah. So where do you guys want to start? We got here on a Thursday.
Yep.
And really, this event hasn't been a whole lot of work. It's been more fun.
Yes,
you know? The work part of this event was all just kind of localized on this Saturday. Yeah. Every other day has been pretty much free to do whatever we want. You know, Thursday we got here. We had a nice dinner with some of the Epic Games folks, some of the Cherry Pick Talent folks. That's the talent agency that Epic uses to connect with creators to do activations like this. That was really nice. I got to talk to all these folks. It was cool to meet all these Cherry Pick folks, to see them in person instead of the emails. It was very nice.
Absolutely.
Very nice indeed.
We got to... his name's Matt. I forget his last name. Matt, he's the head of the Fortnite competitive everything. Everything competitive Fortnite, that's Matt. And he was there.
Now he's in charge of us.
Yeah, him and Jawan, another person.
Was it Jawan?
Jawan.
Yeah. They were around, going around to every table at this dinner, just asking for feedback. Like, what do you guys like about Fortnite Festival? What do you guys want to see more of in Fortnite Festival competitively? And so we were all able to share our thoughts about the current state of the game, what we'd like to see, etc. We all had many opinions to share. I know that for a fact.
We talked his ear off.
Oh yeah, we definitely talked his ear off, but that's good because I think he has a lot to work with, and I think this is a very fruitful meeting, you might say, because I mean, we've said this before, but I genuinely feel very heard by these people. These people want the feedback. They listen to the feedback, and we've seen it already where there is actionable changes based on our feedback and our bug reports and all that stuff. And I have no reason to believe that that'll stop anytime soon. But
I'll take that one step further.
Right now we have fans outside.
You guys can't see this, but we have fans out there.
Alec, what do you think?
This is crazy.
Yeah, Alex is looking at him right now. Right now we have Erica, we have Ham, we have MJ, and we have Evan right over there. Again, we're recording with our phones, so we couldn't take a picture and show you, but they're right there.
They'll give it to us. Bye-bye.
We'll get a clip of it.
Yeah, I'll put it in.
Make it up.
Beautiful day in Texas. Yo, is that Lore Hero? Is that Lore Hero? Is that Lore Hero? Right now? IRL? Oh my god.
Yeah, so with I would say that with the feedback session on Thursday that we were heard. There's a lot of work to do though.
But we were heard a bit late.
We were heard a bit late. There's a lot,
Okay, let me just say. The event was cool, but there's a big but. $10,000 on the line is the most that has ever been on the line for a plastic guitar tournament.
And it's not even close.
And the fact that we only played two songs.
Two songs, that's it.
One song. Two songs.
Yeah, 75% of people. 75% of people only played one song.
You guys know who won now, so.
Yeah, congratulations, Moose.
Congratulations.
Hey.
Thanks,
You didn't just win money either.
No
winner. No,
you got a golden fiddle.
I got a golden fiddle. They gave me a Riffmaster that was painted gold.
And who presented that to you?
Oh, you may know somebody by the name of Lachlan. You may know somebody by the name of Laserbeam. those are the two folks that were there to present me my award.
They just pulled them out and were like, "Hey, can you guys do this really quick?" And they were more than happy to.
That's really cool.
Only 37 million subscribers between them two.
That's
not that big of a deal.
Just a bit,
I think that it's really cool they're investing into this for festival.
For sure.
But, and when you said that you feel heard, I have to feel like we've been heard enough, but we don't see all the competitive feedback coming into play yet. Battle Stage is not ready for this.
No.
It just isn't.
They're definitely listening, but it does take a while to, implement whatever changes that we...
I wish they'd have listened to, or I wish they'd have asked us about the feedback, for this format before the event took place.
Yeah, yes, so because none of us were really too hot on the format of this event.
We were given 3 weeks notice that this was happening. We knew FNCS was happening, but we didn't know we'd be invited. So we were given 3 weeks notice, and we were only told about the format less than a week ago.
Yeah.
Actually, less than a week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
And part of the problem with the format is, 2 songs. Great songs for competitive play.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, good choices.
Great choices, but part of the problem is that very rushed.
Yes.
This was a very quick turnaround, and part of the reason behind that is because it was not done live. It was all recorded, and it was shown on the Jumbotron. I was going to say it will be, but
because they didn't want any sort of technical difficulties or whatever to happen on stage. It's safer to be pre-recorded.
Which also turns out was a really good call, considering they had a bunch of tech difficulties at the event today.
They did
for BR.
Yes.
Yeah, they
really?
had
I didn't know that.
So there was a jetpack on their tournament servers that was not supposed to be there.
Yeah, part of the loot pool was actually included that wasn't supposed to be there for the tournament, so they had to redo the tournament server live.
I didn't
and that's why there was a half-hour over delay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So it's one of those things where I know they've got a lot of work to do, but it's still cool to see them investing in the community, and I'm happy to have been a part of it.
Yes. There's a silver lining for sure.
Yeah. It's just that there's so many intangibles that I feel like have to be worked on. Like, for example, Riftmaster issues. Multiple people there had issues activating Overdrive during the event and didn't want to speak up because they were worried about, souring relationships. And that's not something that we can have. We need people to give real feedback so that they have that to make the game better. Another example, there's, of course, issues with the game right now where if you touch your mouse, it makes that the
what a silly issue, man.
Right? Come on.
Yeah, or controllers if you're on console as well, because I deal with this one because I play on console. If it switches between each input method, right? So if you're using your Riftmaster and, oops, my mouse, my cat touched my mouse when I was walking across my desk. There you go, exactly. And then it'll take over with the mouse input, and then instead of if you're playing Pro Lead, your Riftmaster will just stop working.
Yes.
And then it'll go back to doing fucking keyboard and mouse inputs, and so it just doesn't work.
What really bothers me about that is that, in my honest opinion, it's a very easy fix. All they have to do is make it so when you're in game on the Pro instruments, that touching the mouse or keyboard has no input. Like if it detects that you're on a Riftmaster, right? And then when you're on the pause menu or the go backstage or restart menu, then it can detect those inputs. But
why don't we just have an option to select our primary controller?
Yeah,
that way it sticks to that while you're in song. That literally would fix everything.
Primary, as in
this is the controller I'm playing with. Don't accept inputs from others.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you'd have to get except for the pause menu. That'd be the only exception you have to have.
Yeah, it's Fortnite's all about accessibility, right? And and part of the problem with that is that sometimes things are too accessible, if that makes sense. This is an example of that. Which it's oh, we want to give you every option. It's but we don't want that.
No, those options
not in this situation.
Yeah, the situation does not call for more options.
Yeah, I was warming up before my match, and I had that happen where I just my input stopped getting picked up, and I realized right away I was it was the fucking mouse. And so what I did is I took the mouse and I put it against the keyboard so the laser wouldn't work anymore.
Sure. That was smart, and I didn't even think about doing that when I was playing.
I know, I didn't think about doing it.
Luckily, it didn't happen because I had the thought, I was I could just sabotage this whole event and just kick the table, and then everybody's mouses are going to shake, including mine.
Hey, no, that happened to people though. Huh? Multiple people had their tables bumped and stopped being able to use their Riftmaster, which to me, that's unacceptable.
No.
That's unacceptable when there's 5 figures on the line.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I love that the event happened, but it was not a competitively pure event.
No, it's nothing like what we would have liked to see.
No.
But it is a good sign for the future that this is a thing that they want to do and want to do more of. They've definitely made that clear to us. I mean, and we don't even. It's not. We're not even talking about like insider information that we can't share. Look at this. Look, where are we? We're at FNCS, the biggest Fortnite championship in the entire world. This is the World Championships. This is the biggest stage that Fortnite has competitively.
Yes.
And they're giving us guys, the festival guys, like peak viewer hours exposure. They're going to play us during the halftime of the finals day.
We had our own private area and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want my feedback to come across as negative when I'm just pointing out the issues, when I'm very happy that this happened. It's just that, if anything, I want it to be better. Like, does that make sense?
Yes, we're all in agreement there. There must be improvements made if this is to continue.
There can't be progress without constructive criticism, and that's the key. That's the key here, is that we're not just like blindly criticizing the game. Like, we're providing constructive feedback, and like, because Battle Stage in particular, you know, like right now on Battle Stage, like the strategy was just follow the path, right? And on Somp, that was especially important because I had an extremely close match. And I lost because I wasn't on path. That is exactly why I lost.
Yeah, that was a hype match, too. Because JP incredible. Going into the outro was in the lead by like a couple thousand points. But he ended up losing to pathing by like 7,000 points.
Evan didn't even use the optimal path.
No.
He held a half bar of overdrive until the end and snuck ahead by a few hundred points to win.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. That was really fun.
It was cool to watch.
Yeah, and big shout outs to Evanston. I was very proud of him for getting that win, because that's one of the cool things is that like the camaraderie that we have, like none of us were upset with each other for who won and everything. Like we were all happy for each other no matter who won. And so the first thing that I did, as you guys probably saw already, like when Evan won, is like I ran over. I was like, "Give me a hug, man. I'm proud of you."
That's it. I mean, you know what that reminded me of is when Alec beat me by 8 points.
Yeah.
In the World Tour
Purple
National
Haze.
Championship. Because the very first thing I did with that when he beat me by 8 was I walked up and gave him a hug. And that it's really cool to see that more than a decade apart.
Oh, hey, there's John and Julia.
There's our folks, John, Julia. They're the content, awesome. the content creator liaisons. I don't even know what you call them.
Mother Goose.
Yeah, Mother Goose.
I want to text her, be like, "Hey, look over here," but our phones are off right now. Oh man,
yeah. John and Julia are great. We love John and Julia.
They're incredible.
Big shout outs.
Yeah, but I realized we didn't even tell them what the format of this actually was. So there were 4 teams. 16 players. 16.
I want to get their attention so bad.
They're not looking. They don't know.
They're not
they don't
looking
care.
in the window.
No, they're not.
They're looking at their phones. They're getting an Uber. They're going to go out to some fancy dinner, surely.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hey, John or Julia, if you're watching this, around 7:15 p.m. on Saturday night. Leave us a comment, tell you what we're doing. Okay. Anyways, the format of this event was 16-player battle stage, right? But it was split up into 4 teams. They're all playing private matches, and private matches are limited to 4 players. So we're split into 4 bands. It is kind of an interesting setup. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's terrible. It's just it's a
very
thing
middle
to do.
of the road.
Something I never would have came up with as an idea.
Mid as fuck.
It feels more like, okay, the kick here was that the top player from each band was put forward into the finals. So again, 2 rounds. But whoever won the finals won money for their band that they played with in the first round as well. So that's a cool, almost game show-esque idea.
Yeah.
Which is neat. But playing in it kind of felt bad.
Yes.
Yeah, there need to be more songs, man. Plain and simple. I mean, having just one song determine, this is the first round. I won one song. Finals, baby! You're going to the finals. It's like that. It didn't feel super satisfying to even do. It didn't feel like you really earned it.
It was really quick. Like it passed really quick.
Honestly, and with the state that battle mode is in right now, it's kind of just feels RNG at times too.
It is RNG.
I mean, okay,
I agree.
Let's talk about the major mistake that I made, because I threw awful in the finals. I lost 20,000 points. Because I fumbled the D-pad. And
shout out Riffmaster.
Yeah, shout out to the Riffmasters. Great. Awesome. Hey, everybody said that we were shilling for them. Let's talk about the bad on the Riffmaster real quick. Hey, so it's great for new players. It's great for people who are just getting in or love Rock Band guitars. But if you've not played them, holy shit, it's bad for competitive.
It's very bad.
Yeah, it is not the ideal competitive guitar,
Not at
but
all.
there's no other option right now because
No.
we can't use Guitar Hero guitars.
No, we can't.
It's a Gibson Les Paul. It has a Gibson logo on there. Can't be having that.
Why can't we just put tape over it like we have everything else, man? That's how I feel about
I don't
it. That's
know.
my 2 cents. Or
Activision is Activision, and they will strike back.
Yep.
Oh man,
They
can
will
we just
strike
live in a
back.
perfect world, please?
No.
Be nice.
You know,
I wish.
Guitar Hero and Fortnite Festival can coexist in that regard. That'd be nice.
Hey, UEFN. Let's dream of a world where UEFN makes Guitar Hero in Fortnite.
Yes.
Whoa!
We have Guitar
I'm dreaming
Hero
of it now. Guitar at home. Anyways, the prize pool was divvied up in an interesting way. So $10,000 total for the prize pool. First place, whoever won the finals, got $5,000. Myself, and then
job, buddy.
Jason, who was the runner-up to me, also won $1,000.
But all of your bandmates also won the
Yes,
same as
my
second place.
bandmates,
Yes.
my 3 other bandmates also won $1,000, and then the 2 other finalists that were not me or Jason got $500 to divvy up the last $1,000.
which is cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting setup that I never would have thought of. That's pretty much all I have to say about it, though.
Here's my takeaway.
do better.
It feels like it's made more for spectators than players, and
Sure.
that I understand for getting more people into the game. But I don't want to play in this format again.
No, if there's another tournament in this format, I will be very loud about no.
I would
this needs to change.
legitimately tell them I would skip it. I'm not even kidding. I don't want to be a part of one song rounds. That's
No, it's
that's
not good.
asinine, and I am putting my foot down. No. If you do it, I'm not playing. Done.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is kind of the way you have to communicate it to these people because they're great people. It's
Yes,
just.
but we have to be forceful.
We
So-
know what we're talking about. We know what
Yes.
the game ought to be like, and they're learning as they go.
Correct.
Oh, shit, they noticed.
They found us.
Notice. Hey, that's awesome.
John and Julia.
she's doing
Julia's
the
doing the
hot
hot
to
to go. That's great. Love Julia.
Shout outs to Julia and John.
But anyways,
They made that full circle for us.
they did.
They totally did.
The songs are short, man. You know,
Yes.
we actually had a longer song, Beyond the Flame and Somp. Somp's like 5 minutes, Beyond the Flame's like 4.5.
Yep.
It's not that hard to fit in a couple more songs, right?
No, it's not.
No, I mean they kind of budgeted 30 minutes per band for one song. We had time to get calibrated, get ready, get used to our setups because we all had our own computer setups, but there was a designated tournament setup for when they were recording each individual band. But we wasted just a lot of time. If
We
I'm being
wasted a lot of
honest.
time, and I also found out when I got there that most of the monitors were on 60 hertz.
It wasn't set up well.
Yeah, no,
No.
and that's on Blast. That was on
That is
the
absolutely
Blast
on
production
Blast.
team, which
Yep.
is
Yeah, because what we're assuming is that every time that they have these PCs, they wipe them clean, and so it doesn't maintain the display settings and stuff.
I never checked my
Yeah.
finals PC if it was on the extra hertz.
I think that they fixed it when I told them.
I never.
I
checked
bet they
it.
were.
Yeah, they were on the finals PCs first. I saw them, and
Yeah,
so
that was
credit where
priority.
credit is due. They fixed it right away. But
That's good.
Because I played on that same PC, felt fine.
I had to tell them I was like, I'm not trying to be whiny. It's just that hertz for rhythm games is extremely important. Like it's
No,
like yeah,
and
like-
Blast knows that. They're a production
Yes.
team. They do competitive events for video games all the time. I've watched many Blast events for Counter-Strike. In fact, I'm going to a Blast event for Counter-Strike next year, June in Austin, Texas.
Oh, hell yeah.
Counter-Strike 2, first
yeah.
major in the United States in over a decade. I'm so hyped. Me and all my friends are going to it. Anyways, but yeah, it seems like a weird oversight. Something that shouldn't be missed for a thing
Right.
like this. 240 hertz, 60 hertz is not acceptable in the year 2024, and it will never be acceptable ever again moving forward. 120 minimum.
Well, when I was
Minimum.
on the calibration screen and I had severe screen tearing, and I was like, this thing is not synced up to the frame rate at all. Yeah. So
It's obvious.
It was on unlimited too, which I was like, that's also bad, and I put it down to 240 FPS.
Yeah, we don't
Because-
need unlimited frames. We
No,
just
because
need-
it's just the PCs are really good spec, but it's why do we need to use the entire GPU and CPU?
Because my PC did have a couple of hitches, a couple stutters here and there.
Yes, when I started up it did, but then it fixed itself.
I stuttered mid-match.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It luckily wasn't enough to fuck me up, but it's the
No.
thing that ideally shouldn't be happening in a competitive setting like this.
But the difference of not being comfortable with a controller when you have very little overdrive activation precision
Yeah.
and all of these other intangibles makes it feel like I'm proud that you won. Do not get me wrong.
Thanks.
You played incredible.
Thank you.
But I'm utterly frustrated at myself that I didn't actually get to lose to you in a valid way for myself, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's understandable because you were limited by the hardware you're using.
and that sucks, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's not a good feeling.
I would have loved to have actually felt good about losing, and I don't.
Yeah, I understand 100% where you're coming from. I mean, that's kind of like JP's whole ethos is like, hey, guitars suck. I'll make them good, though.
Yeah.
I'll make them better.
Yeah.
Man, it's like, the Riffmaster as a product for getting back into the game is great, but
Yes.
it's like, I mean, the fact that Star Power Overdrive, is left D-pad because I mean,
gross.
like, I'll just be fully transparent. Like, we have our up and down D-pad. We have tape over the buttons so we don't accidentally overstrum. Because
Yes.
I got to be honest, that was a necessity.
Yes.
I covered
Yes.
the game capture button too. I was like, because in Denmark I got fucked by that multiple times. I was like, I'm not doing that.
And by covered, we don't mean just like covering it externally. No, we took these bitches apart.
Yeah.
We unscrewed everything, and then we took off the PCB, got little tiny pieces of electrical tape, and covered the contacts. So it's impossible.
No, his has pieces of a Lore Hero sticker.
does.
Oh, that's true.
It
Yeah,
does.
that's true. I think I actually put Captain Tape on mine.
Yeah,
regardless.
you did. And, yeah, because we had like Jake had gotten some Lore Hero stickers that weren't great quality, and he was like, let's just get rid of these.
Yeah, some of them had like bad prints on it. There was like a
Yeah.
scan line. It was bad. Whatever.
But that's almost a necessity because, again, there was at least one competitor in the event, and I'm not going to put them on blast, but they didn't even know you could activate with the D-pad.
They didn't know.
Yeah, tilting. A lot of people tilted in this.
And
event.
then his tilt didn't work.
And then that same person
Surprise.
did not have their tilt work during the event.
Riffmaster
which-
issue.
That's okay.
another Riffmaster issue.
That's asinine. That they
Yeah.
had no chance to win.
It's not fair. Is
That's
what it
not
is.
fair.
No,
No.
it's not. It's not fair. And it's like, if anything like that ever happened in a Guitar Hero tournament, well, first of all, it wouldn't have happened actually.
No.
Because it was structured much better. Look, these people, Matt, how do you pronounce his name? Joan.
Juan,
They're learning.
I don't want to put either of them on blast, so I will just say that I spoke to one
Blast.
of them.
Get it? They put in the whole thing. Production
And,
company.
I asked some very basic questions, which they did not know the answers to after they said we did their research, and they did not have the answers, to which I instantly had a gut sinking feeling.
Yeah.
So it just really, it's a bummer to have pointed out to myself all of the potential issues weeks ago and talked about some of them, and they happened.
We had all of them.
Yeah.
We had
But
all of them.
again, to play devil's advocate, going into this, after we arrived, at least, it wasn't like communicated through email, but when we arrived here, they're like, so this is like the first of more to come. We're learning here. You're going to be our guinea pigs.
Yeah, we were called
They said
guinea
that like
pigs
almost verbatim.
explicitly.
They called us all guinea pigs, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I understand. It's nothing that I ever put too much stock into like to be a serious competitive thing. This is, in my mind, it's more of a PR move to
Yes.
just get people interested, just to get eyes on Festival Battle Mode, so that hopefully the scene can grow.
Yes.
You know, this is all it is to me. In fact, I would have preferred if there was no money in the line at all.
I
Thank
agree.
you.
I
Thank
agree.
you. Yes.
I think all of us agree on that. I think even Alec agrees on it. What do
Yeah.
you think, buddy? That's great insight. Wow.
Thank you. I
I've been
appreciate
saying that all event, that after having run some of the official Guitar Hero events in the past myself,
Mm-hmm.
after playing in many, many, many of them, my largest win ever, you just exceeded by more than double.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
that's
You did.
And that's
that's
insane
fucked
for
up.
two songs.
It does not feel right. It does not feel good at all.
2 songs. and I won 3 national championships in Guitar Hero tournaments. The biggest prize I ever won was a $2,000 laptop and then a $600 gift card to Best Buy. And that's why, for them, for Fortnite, $10,000 is nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. They don't realize how insane that is to
For
plastic
us.
guitar.
Yeah,
That's
it's different.
crazy.
Because mind you, the FNCS regular battle royale stuff over a $2 million prize pool.
Yes.
So 10,000 is
Drop in the
1/200th of the prize pool for battle royale side,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah, I get it. It doesn't mean much to them. But
to us it means a lot.
To us.
Yes,
And-
and mind you, I'm happy that I won $5,000. That's cool.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
going to be able to pay my taxes
And a
next
golden
year.
fiddle.
And
Good
a golden
shit.
fiddle. That was cool. No, yeah. If the only prize was the golden Riffmaster, that'd have been great.
I would have been
Perfect.
happier
That's
with that,
fine.
actually,
That's
in a
fine. But just where it is right now, it didn't feel like it wasn't a satisfying win. I'll say it. It just didn't feel right.
I don't feel satisfied getting second. I feel like I didn't even play in a tournament.
No, this was. I hardly even put any stock into it being a tournament.
It was almost like exhibition matches.
Yeah, it
Kind
was
of.
legitimately. Okay, here's one other thing about this. They didn't market it at all. They
One Twitter post.
They did a
One.
Twitter post, and
One.
well, let's be fair, we're Saturday. It's happening Sunday. So it's going to be on Twitch in front of X indeterminate amount of people.
And
so
live, too.
that is marketing in a way, too. Yeah, in front of all the people here, too. And all the influencers that were there, like big people, like Lachlan, like Laserbeam, like Cypher PK, they're all just kind of around because the way that this Dickies Arena was set up, that's where it is, Texas, there was a creator lounge where all like the influencers, people could gather, they could watch. There was a bar, there was food, and all that. We were like right next to it. So, like, they were passing through frequently, all these different, like, high-profile creators. So, like, their eyes were on it. After we were done with our tournament, other, like, high-profile creators hopped on our gaming setups and played it themselves.
Yes.
And they were getting recorded by the team. That might make it into the video. I don't know.
I think
so.
it will.
That'll do a lot, I think, to bring more eyes to the game, which is the ultimate goal of all this.
That being said, I think that the festival side of things needs a lot of traction in the next few months. We need some real polish on this game. The fact that so many issues have been pointed out and we haven't had any sort of public response to them on how they're being worked on, what's happening, things like charts changing midweek.
Like that happened with Apple.
We pointed out so many hammer-on pull-off bugs or sustain bugs, and they're working on them slowly, but we don't have detailed patch notes about these. No. We don't have open communication about what's happening.
And that just seems to be a Fortnite thing in general. They don't say a whole lot generally.
It's not just us.
No.
Yeah, and
it's frustrating
mind you,
nonetheless.
We're a small side game to the huge, large BR game, and they, the festival people are kind of at the mercy of the BR people for when updates have to get pushed out. Updates happen like on a 2-week type of schedule. There's like a major update, then a smaller update where there's downtime or whatever, 2-3 weeks, whatever. If there's a major bug in festival, it just kind of has to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They're not going to push out a new major update 2 days after the last one just came out.
Unless it's completely game breaking, but we haven't really gotten that.
Yeah, unless you cannot start the game.
Yeah.
Or oh damn, all the songs are gone, deleted from the servers. We can fix that. But it's just part of it. We're still the small up and comers. This is almost like a cultural reset in a way because you have so much of the old Guitar Hero and Rock Band competitive stuff from back in the day that you can speak on. But now there's been such a dry spell, a dead period. Over a decade. They're starting over again, and it feels like they're learning again because a lot of the information that was good about every tournament back in the day isn't necessarily being used again.
Well, the thing worth mentioning is that Rock Band didn't do tournaments really at all.
No, they didn't.
No, true.
It was a Guitar Hero
I did kind of misspeak there. It was Guitar Hero that did competitive stuff.
They don't really know actually at all. They kind of don't know.
You're not
actually
even
you
wrong.
made a great point because Neversoft was in charge of most of all the Guitar Hero stuff, but when that was a thing.
Hold on. There were a few harmonics tournaments, and I was involved in one of the biggest, which was Total Rock Total Rewards, and I can speak to that because that was a Rock Band event that had only in-person qualifiers, and it was 20 locations around the United States that you had to go to one of these.
That's pretty ambitious.
And again, not a great setup. They had it where the best scoring band each night on any song.
Yeah, that sucks. That's so bad. That's not good at all.
Bad.
That's really bad.
So history's repeating itself is what you're saying.
We ended up doing, I want to say, a Marvin Gaye song or something, because it was just so easy to get a really, really high band score, and my team ended up making it. So it was 20 bands flown out from all around the U.S. to play on stage, and I gotta be honest, it never made air. It was recorded for MTV.
It never made air?
It never made air because it was so bad, right? It was all supposed to be people dressing up and entertaining a crowd in a casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
This is so not the goal of a competitive event, man. This is something different entirely.
So that's a long time ago. I mean, that was turn into the 2010s era. That's right then, right?
Was it done in Rock Band 2?
So, yeah, I want to say this was Rock Band 2. And, yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
They really didn't do many competitive events. They did a Brutal Mode tournament at one point, which I think Hell Ashes won, I want to say.
Maybe.
But
I can see that.
Oh, shit. I just realized. Hell Ashes won a goddamn Pontiac G7 or whatever the hell it was, G6.
This is true.
And he used it for many years and only retired it a few years ago.
I'm not the biggest earner.
No.
It's Hell Ashes.
But we're talking about biggest money.
Cash, yeah. Direct cash, yeah.
Not
cash
item.
value is different than cash.
Cash money.
Yeah, true.
And that was its own thing. That was a G4 on TV, one duel, one song, which again...
There are a bunch of young people dressed up as old ladies across the street.
Oh, that's
what the hell are they doing?
What The heck?
Where are you going? And I want to go
This is
see
Fort
what
Worth,
event you're
Texas.
for. They get crazy in Fort Worth, Texas, folks.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I had a phone on me that it wasn't recording right there, so I could have pictures of this,
know.
so I could put it in the video. But we
Because
can't
you guys
do
aren't
that.
going to believe us.
No,
like,
1, 2. They're convincing old women too, but I can tell they're young just by the way they're moving.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think.
going to be clipped.
I don't think. You're so right. Though. You're so right. What were we talking about?
Which part? We're basically yapping
I don't know.
about the experience, so it's fine.
Yeah, and I don't want it to come off as entirely negative because
It isn't.
yeah, we got to talk about the positives.
because
I mean, like, we had
there
a
were
great time.
far more positives than there are negatives
would
because
dare
this is a
say-
very fun event in general, and I'm very
Everything we've said is
grateful
positive.
that it's happened.
Yeah.
We just want it to be better for the future, and I think
Yeah.
that's kind of a common occurrence, whether it be talking about festival where it's still new, they're going to get better.
Yeah.
Same with the Rift Masters. It's still new. Maybe a new company is going to come over and do this thing.
I think they will. Yeah.
I think they will, but we're still in the early stages.
You said cultural reset.
Yeah,
Compare this to Guitar Hero 1.
yeah, sure.
We had 0 events like this for Guitar Hero 1. There was nothing in the game for it.
It took until 3.
Right. And even then, the events were pretty subpar. Like, they did some big stuff. They did the Final Four event, which was held in conjunction with the NCAA,
Yeah, that's
which
cool.
that was cool.
That's cool.
But here's the negative. Because of that, it was only limited to people in college.
Yeah.
So that was odd, right?
Which is one of their key demos, by the way, but still.
Yeah.
It's too limiting.
But even still, I was just right place, right time, being in college at the time. I wouldn't have been a part of it if that was anything else, right? So there's some weird stuff in the past. And the best official tournaments, I mean, there really weren't many. The best tournaments were never official. They were like World Cyber
Yeah.
Games.
Yeah. Yeah.
World Cyber Games held some of the best Guitar Hero events, and they had
Shit, man. CSC on Clone Hero holds great events. Those are sick.
CSC's first invitational was like magic.
That was
Absolutely.
sick.
That
That,
was
was phenomenal.
It was fantastic.
It really was,
Like-
and it's a well-run tournament. Like from how the songs are picked to the actual format of it being BO5s and BO3s
There
and then
was-
BO7 finals. Like
Which
it's
is
just well run.
awesome.
There was a lot of thought and care, and especially, I think the most important thing, love put into that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, the love is the most important thing because that's why I guess we're maybe salty's not the right word, but maybe disappointed that like people like Jason were consulted prior because of his previous tournament experience, because a lot of this could have been avoided.
Yeah, could
agree.
have. And we know Harmonix loves it. We know they love the game. They're doing it for a reason. You know,
Yes.
they've been doing Rock Band shit for forever. There's no if they didn't want to do it, they probably wouldn't be doing it.
right.
I was told
But
by
they just
somebody
need to
from
learn.
Harmonix who was there that they wanted to do this and they want to do more.
And I get it. I mean, there's a real potential for it.
Yeah.
But I don't think this format is the way to strike gold.
It ain't it.
No, and we've all been very vocal about that, and I am very convinced. Hey, speaking of Epic, there's Rebecca right across the street right there. Hello,
Hey,
Rebecca. She's been on the harmonic side of things since Rock Band 1.
She said 2007 when I was talking to her.
2007, yeah, can you believe that?
2007.
That's wild.
And she's the I believe the sole actual harmonic person that's here.
Yeah,
for
she
this.
is the only one here. The other ones, I don't know if they weren't interested in coming or what. I think some of them probably weren't. But
I know for a fact that some wanted to and they were not given
the opportunity, unfortunately.
they were told they had to pay their own way.
And she was like, next time tell them to go to me.
Yes. So, hey, if you're listening to this and you're on the harmonics,
And you know who you are.
Talk to Rebecca.
you should talk to Rebecca. Just saying.
Yeah, we'd love to meet you.
Because that'd be cool to have you at the next one. Just saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there will be a next one. I'm very
I
convinced
guarantee
of that. I'm very convinced of that.
We're gonna be
because
back next year.
They made it very clear that this is just the beginning and they want to keep doing this shit.
But they
This is the
better
first.
change it. They
Yes.
need to change it.
And
I think that they will.
I am very confident that the growing pains that we're experiencing now will be addressed by the
It's
time
only
that they
temporary.
decide to do this again.
Yes.
Because
They are painful, though.
we are inundating them with feedback and complaints and way things can be better. If it doesn't get better, that's a big fucking problem.
Yes.
Because again, this is the first one. They're learning. The one that we did in Copenhagen, it doesn't really count.
doesn't really-
That doesn't.
That
really
was
count.
that was an isolated event.
That was just
That was much
Yeah.
more an exhibition.
yes.
for sure, and that was just to show off the mode because it was brand new.
Correct.
We didn't know. We couldn't practice for it. We were just like, I guess we'll play
okay,
now.
we'll play.
Okay, cool. We're playing one. I just played the song for the first time 2 hours ago. Cool.
I just realized we had the same results. First, second place.
Oh shit, that's true.
Yeah.
You
That's
did.
true.
You did.
Oh, wow.
That's true. Man,
Hey.
pretty consistent, I'd say.
Hey, fist bump on that one. Yeah.
Cool. What else do we want to talk about? Just the trip in general. How nice it's been to meet all these other 16.
Yeah,
I
I
got
want to
one.
mention that, yeah.
I got one. Shout out to Fort Worth and the
Yes.
folks here because
Yes.
they invited us to the zoo.
The Fort Worth Zoo.
The Fort Worth Zoo, because they said, "Hey, you're about to compete like animals. Come and meet thine brethren." You know,
Got a kid waving at us.
but no, we got a really cool, almost VIP experience shown around the zoo, and just like the conservation that's done in town. And hey, that has nothing to do with competitive plastic guitar, but I got to admit, that was one of my favorite parts of this entire trip.
It was very cool.
It was really
It was
neat.
very cool. And they wanted us to shout out Fort Worth Zoo because it's not the Dallas Zoo. Fuck the Dallas Zoo. It's all about Fort Worth, baby. We love Fort Worth. Honestly, no.
We love Fort Worth.
Not even just because they want us to say Fort Worth. They've been very hospitable to
have.
us. Every step of the way, everybody in Fort Worth has been very kind, very nice to us. All the hotel people that we've interacted with.
We're in a
all the
nice
people.
area too. Like there's a classic car show going on right now. There's a lot of places to eat, drink,
good
whatever.
food.
Yeah, I've thoroughly
good
enjoyed my
food.
time here in Fort Worth. First time being in Texas, and this is a great first stop in Texas.
We
I
were
guess.
at a brewery last night because they had a food cart for Texas barbecue, and they were amazing. Shout outs to MJ for booking all of that.
What was that place called?
Smoke and Bone.
Smoke and Bone.
Yes, shout outs to them.
a
Go
food
there.
truck. Yeah,
Smoke and Bone was
it was great food, and the dude that was cooking back there, we were talking to him after he was closing up shop. We were in the bar, and they have a projector in there, and we're like, it'd be really good to put on that projector a little game called Clone Hero. And he's like, oh. Like Guitar Hero, I used to play that. How do I connect it now? I was like,
so cool.
Just
He
an
was very
HDMI cable in your laptop or PC, man. You can get every song
Easy.
from every game. It'd be great. It'd be great for a party thing. And
I
he was
love
like,
that.
he was on board because he used to play it when he was younger. He used to
A
play
lot of
Guitar
these
Hero.
people did. I mean,
Yeah,
you tell them
it
it's
was a
Fortnite.
cultural phenomenon.
You tell them it's in a Fortnite. They're like, what?
Dude, there was somebody that was working the event center that we were at the Dickies Arena. Like somebody walked up to her, was looking for directions about how to get to their seat or whatever. And he's like, "What's going on over there?" "Oh, they're playing Guitar Hero." Is what she said.
They'll never escape it.
No.
They never will.
Guitar Hero is becoming the generic.
It's the blanket term.
It
It's
is.
a zipper.
Yeah.
Zipper was a brand.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect analogy. It is the zipper.
Yeah, for
It's just
plastic.
Guitar Hero. Yeah.
I want to talk about the group of people that we were with because
Yes. Oh,
yes.
and still are technically. This will be up on Wednesday, but one of the nice things about this whole thing is that we're like a family.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's
People
something
that we
that's
haven't
been
even met before.
Yeah, that's something that we've heard from pretty much everyone we've spoken to too. Like there was somebody that was competing with us. Her name is Headshot Chick. She's not like a festival player. She's
a zero
Fortnite
build
person.
player.
Yeah, like big. If you're unfamiliar, look her up. But she kind of came in as kind of a filler to fill up Alex. Unfortunate spot. But she was like nervous coming into it because she was scared that she wouldn't be accepted by us, like in a competitive way.
She said that to me.
Yeah,
as well.
and we were like, "What are you talking? No, of course not. You're with us, man. Like, no, we welcome everybody here. This is Guitar Hero."
She said that if somebody was put in as an alternate for build, people would say, "Oh, good luck," and then turn the other way and walk away.
Yeah, go
And
fuck yourself if
I
you like
believe
that. By the way,
I believe that.
Which,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I can speak to the old tournaments as well, right? I'm the frickin' old geezer over here, the unk of the group. The old days, it felt like every time I went to an event, the thing that always I took away wasn't the competition. That was fun, but the times with the people there, because everybody was sharing the same passions and we all could relate to each other in our experiences.
Absolutely.
And I swear to God, this feels just as good with all of these people here as it did in the old days. The people who are here, Mela, Pyro, Callie, Sushi, all these folks are fantastic. Luke G, Chad, the list goes on. MJ, I could name literally everybody.
I'll put every name on the screen if we don't say it here.
There we go.
Seriously, these people are fantastic. Check out their content. And legitimately, it's awesome to see these passionate people getting the opportunity because Fortnite said they were worth it. I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the reasons why I was so happy that Evan actually beat me because
He's getting a big spotlight here.
because I've had so much time in the spotlight, making custom charts, custom guitars, being a mod for Alec, when he first got partnered and everything, and being on this podcast, I've had my time, and it's kind of a cathartic feeling to see somebody who deserves that recognition, earn that because he played really well and he earned it, and that's just a really cool experience to have. I mean, I think we can all agree that that match was by far like
that was the best tournament.
Well, because it captured.
It was very exciting to watch.
It captured what you're used to in a Guitar Hero tournament, which is close games and people winning at the last second.
Yes,
because that's how Guitar Hero tournaments are supposed to be.
Yeah, and it very much was like that. You know,
that's how they're supposed to be.
You were in the lead, and then in the last 10, 15 seconds,
and I thought I was going to win. I was like, I think I beat Evan, but the critical mistake that I made is I didn't follow path, and I also missed the last 4 notes of the song.
You did again? I didn't even notice that.
I did.
We were talking about that before.
Yeah.
You would have won if you
would have won.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I missed the last 4 notes. Yep.
That's crazy.
I don't know why that descending quad coming out of the blue-orange chord and stomped. Like, I just
I was missing it a couple times, too, during practice.
I didn't hit it a single time.
Do you know, my worst play on Beyond the Flame was the finals match.
Really?
That blows. That sucks.
I matched Moose's high score outside in practice. And then, right after, played that final and lost the D-pad.
Well, you know what's crazy about, like, the RNG of Battle Stage is that, like, Sweaty Curtis, shout-outs to him. He hit like the first half of the blob. He got
hit the
into
blob
it
in the final.
Yeah, and like, but he still lost. He came in 4th place.
Fucking walk.
Pathing.
And he was in 2nd and 3rd for a while. It's all pathing.
And
that's the crazy thing.
being lucky.
Lucky for attacks.
You want to know the secret to how I won? Being in last place. And I'm not joking.
You were at first. I was in first, and then I had the giant mess up because I kept getting attacked, and I went, I'm saving it. I got this attack, and I fumbled the D-pad and dropped 20k points to you, and you were in first from then on.
No, I'll tell you exactly how that happened, though, because I was in 4th place. We're on the song Beyond the Flame, in the middle part, like the first solo-y section where there's a bunch of ascending quads and a little zig. I was in 4th place there. And I was thinking to myself, this is a really advantageous spot because there's a lot of overdrive and a lot of notes, so there's a lot of things. I couldn't get attacked.
Correct.
I couldn't get attacked. So I had full overdrive, a lot of fucking notes, so I could just really start banking up points with nobody being able to attack me at the time. Because they were doing overdrive at the same time, obviously, because that's where you want to do it in. So I was just lucky that I was in the last place at the time that came up.
Right. It's one of those things that I don't think they thought through when they were figuring out Battle Stage because there is an RNG element to it.
There is.
Which, frankly, sucks for competitive. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
It sucks. The attacks are an interesting idea, but with how they work right now,
it needs some tweaking. If
we played that finals match 13 different times, it'd be 13 different results, and we only had 4 players.
I'm convinced of that. Yeah, would. We could do a best of 13, and whoever wins the most wins, I guess. But
we're going back tomorrow. We can that would be like recreate it and everything, and like be like, all right, who would win this time? You know,
that'd be actually kind of cool.
And then let's try again, and then let's try again. Yeah,
I guarantee it'd be different winners.
100%. No doubt in my mind. No.
Somebody'd win otherwise because
no doubt in my mind.
With the attack system, it would happen. It just would. It was like flipping a 4-sided coin.
Kind of, yeah.
Get a custom 4-sided die or something like.
Yeah, one of those not a pyramid, but like 3 triangles and then a triangle on the bottom. I don't know my D&D dice.
Prism, yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe
triangular prism. I don't know. Whatever those words mean.
No, I don't. I'm not this smart.
There are 2 really, really large Hispanic dudes walking outside with big fucking cowboy hats. That looks sick as fuck, bro.
I looked for a cowboy hat.
You can't find one, right?
I did not. Everyone told me they would be easy to find. I haven't found single one.
Liars.
You
got
to take one out of the case over there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, go break the glass.
I work here.
Yeah, before I leave, I must get a cowboy hat. That is essential.
We got to find a place to go. Probably tomorrow to get a cowboy hat at this point because Monday everybody's leaving at different times.
Yeah, I have to leave right away.
Event, though.
I did want to wear it to the event, but I didn't even think about it.
Shout-outs to Luke G for wearing his chef outfit.
Oh, that was incredible.
That was amazing. He had the sunglasses on and everything.
He was fully in character.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I love, too, is that, like, the whole, like, character thing is coming back as well. Yeah. And, like, he's one of the pioneers of that right now, like... Because, like, you know, characters exist in competitive scenes of everywhere, like wrestling especially, you know? Like,
yes, that's all what wrestling is.
And if we could integrate that somehow in the Guitar Hero, or festival, like, I think that would be really cool, actually.
With the Lucky Llamas, when we were doing
Lucky Llamas.
My band, the Lucky Llamas.
Mine was the Bush Band that's...
Riff Raiders, baby!
Oh, God. Not again.
Riff Raiders.
We did this as a llama, but it's also the wrestling too sweet, so we all just did that together. And,
oh, that's great.
Yeah. I was like, throw in the character work, man. That's got to make it more interesting for a competitive event.
Mm-hmm. When we were filming like the banter, like they had my team walk down the stairs and do shots and stuff like, and so they were like, you know, what are you most worried about? And we were like the Riff Raiders, and I was like, they're menaces. But
whether or not they made it into the final cut, who knows?
The reason why is because who was on that team? Because it was stacked.
That was the most stacked
That was the
team.
group of death.
It was me, MJ, Cape Strawberry,
who's
Erica,
a great player,
and Callie Slays.
Yeah.
Can I say that one of the people who is honestly the takeaway from this event who deserves a lot more attention is Cape Strawberry?
I agree.
Oh, yes. If you are
Erica?
not familiar with her game, get involved. Cape Strawberry, YouTube. Incredible, brutal player.
We're getting a little grainy because the sun started.
Yeah.
I think I started noticing that. I did, yeah.
But before I forget this, Cape Strawberry is, I think, only around 500 subs on YouTube.
Yes,
and deserves
underrated
so
as
much.
fuck.
Let's get that up to 1K. I know you guys can do it.
Yes.
She deserves so much more. She came very close.
Extremely
to beating
close.
Moose.
I was so scared.
So close.
I was
Very
so
close.
scared.
And legitimately would have deserved it. She's been a long-time Rock Band player, incredible with Brutal, deserves the love.
Which is a huge asset for Battle Mode, by the way.
Yes.
Being so good at Brutal. Only having to see just a little piece of the note and just being able to keep it in memory until it hits the strike line. Because, your shit gets obscured with the power-ups, even though it's not that bad.
So we'll
But
link her channel.
No
in the
fucking
bio.
way.
I think she's right there.
No fucking way.
my God.
Speaking
She's
of,
literally right there.
Speaking of, there she is. And Ham
Hold on,
and
I'm
MJ
moving,
and
I'm
Evan.
doing this. I'm
Go
doing
for
it.
it.
You're doing it?
Perfect. Yo! There they are.
Hey, oh my god! Yo! Hey, now that I'm doing this, you can actually see the setup too.
Yeah.
Hey.
This is all we got. What's up?
Hey! Whoa!
And now while he figures out how to get that back into the perfect position.
Someone just gave us horns. I had to give horns back.
Yeah. What else do we want to talk about while we're here in this podcast space?
Needs to be more over you guys. There you go.
There, perfect. We'll probably start wrapping up soonish. This actually went longer than we thought. We thought maybe just a quickie
I
half
think this
hour.
went well than I thought it would.
Yeah,
better.
same.
Weller, better.
Weller!
Yeah, Weller.
Even more Weller.
All things that we've said. This was an incredible experience, but wrapping this up, I'd say we just want it to be better.
Yep, and
That's it.
I think Harmonix very well knows that, and they agree because this is again like they said right away when we got here. We are guinea pigs. We are testing things. We want to see if this works, and we don't think it worked very well.
No,
so
it has potential to
so
work.
they
It's
can
not like this.
They can fix it for
Tweak
next
it.
time. Yeah,
Yes.
little tweaks here and there, and honestly. There's not much that really needs to change. We're just play songs more.
Play more.
And make Battle Stage a little bit more fair-ish in a more competitive sense. Less RNG, maybe
Squash the bugs.
more power-ups,
Squash the
more
bugs.
bug
The
fixes.
yeah,
the
because-
standard shit, really.
Standard.
Well, the Hopo bug especially, it's like the reason. So, people have noticed, I'm sure, that it's really hard to regain your combo in a fast
God,
Hopo
yes.
chain.
Yes.
Like Beyond the Flame, the Blob is probably like the best example by far.
Yeah, for sure.
And
If you
it's a
just
bug.
strum once trying to get back in, you're not gonna. You have to
choice.
double strum.
It is a bug, and a year from now, more than likely going to be fixed. Battle Stage will be better.
God, I hope so.
I think
Hopefully
so.
a month from now.
It needs to be sooner. Yeah.
Ultimatum. If these bugs are not fixed by the end of the year, I won't be streaming Festival as much. I'm throwing that out now.
And I wouldn't blame you because, I mean, I got to be honest, I don't really like playing it casually that much. I don't play it that often.
I love the game and the direction it's going, but it needs more
Yeah.
than it has currently.
Honestly, the one thing that's holding me back, and it's small,
Yeah,
Whammy.
sure.
Overdrive
Yeah,
whammy
sucks.
Yeah, because I've been saying for months now, whenever they add overdrive whammy, that's when I'm going to go through every single song and upload it for YouTube and do like a full, a full series FC or a full game FC, I suppose, not full series.
So every time
Both.
you see a chart change, you're going to do a new video.
That's the thing too.
Well,
That's the
J-Nac
thing
has a tool
too.
now.
Yeah, it's true. JNIC does have a tool, rudimentary, but still.
Yeah.
Another thing, it'd be nice to just like have some sort of communication. It doesn't have to be like a festival tweet or whatever, like from the official channels. Maybe just like a little ping in the Discord. Maybe they have a whole channel for like, small chart update or whatever.
Yeah.
Just so there's some sort of like tracker, some way that we know that
Yeah,
something has
because
changed.
there is a official festival
the
Discord.
only way that people find out about these chart changes is just by playing it. Like, wait. That's not the same note that I hit last time. That
Yeah,
feels
like-
weird.
like-
Is that
like
different?
when-
Yeah,
like,
it is.
When Alec played Paradise City, he was like, this doesn't seem right.
Which is so weird because in the patch notes for that update, there were other songs that got changed
there was nothing about
that were
Paradise City.
explicitly said in the patch notes. We changed these songs. Paradise City was also changed, and it wasn't mentioned.
Another perfect
Why?
example is Come and Go,
Yes.
Juice WRLD, because that song had the lyrics, we take drugs, and it just legitimately changed all of a sudden to, we take...
Did it remove a note too?
They removed the note,
Oh
which means
my
the
God, they
points are
did?
different.
It's not good.
That's not good. That's not good.
good.
I disagree with that. I think you can remove lyrics, but don't remove notes.
They removed the
Don't remove
note
notes.
with the word drugs, which means that if anybody got an optimal score at the start of the
It's
season...
impossible to beat.
It's impossible to beat. That's fucked.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not good. If anything, make the chart changes on new seasons, so
Yes.
there's already a leaderboard wipe. Or
Yeah.
if it's like, I don't even know how to do this. No, that's the only way. It's the only way.
Yeah.
Or you have to wipe the whole leaderboards.
Which
That-
Harmonix is
The whole
very
leaderboards
familiar with.
for that one song. For that one song, wipe the whole leaderboards for that one
They're
song.
very
But
familiar
still.
with wiping leaderboards. Let's say that.
Yeah.
But I guess to put a bow on it all, this was a good first event, and I'd like to see it grow. I like
Yeah.
the entire idea that this exists is very exciting to me.
Yes.
In fact, I did an interview with Jake Lucky.
That's
somehow
cool.
Jake Lucky was like, "Hey, I want to talk to you." And
Wait, really?
I didn't
You
know
didn't know
that.
that?
No.
That's sick.
yeah, it was shortly after we got done. Julia was like, "Hey, do you want to talk to Jake Lucky?"
Jake Lucky? Like, what?
That's sick. I didn't hear
gaming
that.
with Gaming World Media. I was like, "Yeah, I'll talk to Jake
That's
Lucky."
cool.
Oh,
So,
hell
so
yeah.
yeah, there's going to be an interview with me on Jake Lucky's stuff. It's coming out sometime, probably already up by the time you're watching this. I'll put a link
Jake
in the
Squared.
description.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool because it was like, "Hey, my name's Jake." Oh, I'm
Yeah.
Jake too.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
But anyways, what I was saying with that is that's kind of the point that I reiterated to him. I was like, the fact that this exists is very cool because he talked a lot about the Guitar Hero days and how like most of the competitors here were playing Guitar Hero and how this is just like the new evolution of that. And the fact that we have like some newfound attention on this scene is a great sign.
Yes,
And
great.
I'd be genuinely shocked if this is the last Fortnite Battle Stage competitive
Oh, yeah, no
event
way.
ever. It's an impossibility in my mind. There are going to be more, I guarantee it. And also, want to say, a lot of the competitors here are smaller creators. You
Yeah.
know, some people here, like we talked about Cape Strawberry, 500 subs on YouTube.
yeah.
Do you have 500 subs on YouTube? Any viewers out here? It's a fairly attainable goal. Post some festival stuff.
Some of the people they invited, they wanted to bring folks from the Clone Hero community. People
Yes.
who mainly play Clone Hero.
Yes.
Pull them in the pipeline.
That right there is impressive to me because they see what's going on in the community, they recognize it, and they're saying, "Hey,
Come
we're
over
doing
here.
stuff like this
The
too."
water's warm.
Yeah, they want to nab them. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Because it's like, it's like they're dangling the carrot. They're just like, here, and you don't have to chase the carrot. They just give it to you. You know?
Yeah, you want this carrot? Here you go.
You know,
Yeah.
also the inclusivity. We
Yes.
talked about
Yes.
Kate Strawberry before. I think it's worth mentioning that she's the first openly transgender person to play an
Yes.
elastic guitar.
And that's awesome.
yeah.
That's really cool.
That's so cool. Like,
And she won $1,000.
yes,
Yeah.
she did win $1,000, and that's so sick.
That's really freaking sick. That's like just really neat. I love it.
Well, I guess the best way to wrap this up is for Alec to share a few thoughts. Would you mind holding him up? All right, so what do you have to say?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
That's what he's saying right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
Controversial take, buddy.
That's
Yeah.
That's a hot take. All right, get him off. Get him off.
H-O-T-T-O-G.
If he kept talking, like, we wouldn't even be able to upload this. That got bad real quick.
No.
All right, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next
Okay,
week
bye.
with the regular episode. Bye.